What if the reason people keep interrupting you has nothing to do with them, and everything to do with how you've trained them to treat you? For years, you've bitten your tongue. You've let conversations roll over you like a storm you can't control. You've silenced yourself to keep the peace, only to feel invisible, powerless, resentful. Today, you'll discover 6 powerful Stoic phrases that command respect without aggression, silence interruptions without conflict, and reclaim your voice with unshakable authority. These aren't manipulative tricks, they're weapons of controlled strength, forged in ancient wisdom. Watch till the end. The phrase you skip might be the one that finally makes people listen. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, commanded legions. Yet in Meditations, Book 8:51, he wrote, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do. Only what you do." Being interrupted isn't just rude, it's a test of your internal authority. The Stoics understood something most people miss. Respect isn't given freely. It's commanded through composure, clarity, and controlled power. When you allow interruptions without consequence, you teach people that your words have no weight, that your presence can be disregarded, that you are optional in the conversation. But here's the truth the modern world forgot. You don't need to raise your voice to be heard. You don't need aggression to establish boundaries. You need strategic language phrases that create psychological weight, that interrupt the interrupter, that recalibrate power dynamics instantly. In this video, we'll explore 6 precise phrases rooted in Stoic philosophy that will transform how people respond to you. These phrases work because they don't attack, they don't plead, they assert reality with such calm authority that resistance crumbles. You'll learn exactly when to use each phrase, how to deliver them with maximum impact, and why they rewire the social contract between you and anyone who dares talk over you. This is about reclaiming your voice, not through loudness, through wisdom. Patric 1. Seneca wrote in Letter 40, "To Lucilius, everywhere means nowhere." When you allow your words to scatter under interruption, you communicate that completion doesn't matter, that you don't matter. This phrase is a declaration, not a request. It doesn't ask permission. It states a boundary as immovable fact. The Stoics believed in the power of premeditatio malorum, anticipating obstacles and preparing responses. When you say, "I'm going to finish," you're not negotiating, you're informing. The psychology here is profound. Most people interrupt because they've never encountered real resistance. They've learned that others will yield. This phrase disrupts that pattern instantly. It's short, calm, and carries the weight of non-negotiable intent. You're mid-sentence when someone cuts in, derailing your thought entirely. You feel the familiar surge of frustration, that suffocating sensation of being erased. You either fight back with escalating volume, looking emotional, losing credibility, or you surrender, reinforcing your invisibility. Both options drain your power. Tomorrow, in your next meeting or conversation, when you feel the interruption coming, don't speed up or get louder. Lower your tone slightly. Make eye contact. Say, "I'm going to finish." Then pause for 2 full seconds. Let the silence do the work. Then, continue exactly where you left off, as if the interruption never occurred. This works in relationships, at work, during family dinners. The key is delivery. Calm, measured, absolute. No apology, no aggression, just fact. Weak people ask for space. Strong people claim it. You're not being rude. You're establishing that your words have value, that your thoughts deserve completion, that you will not be erased. This is self-respect made audible. This is your power returning. But what happens when they try again, testing your resolve? That's where the next phrase becomes essential. Let's move to phrase 2. Epictetus taught in the Enchiridion that we cannot control others' actions, only our responses. This phrase is response mastery. It redirects without attacking, creates space without conflict. "Let me land this thought" acknowledges the other person while maintaining control. It uses collaborative language. "Let me," that makes resistance feel unreasonable. Yet it's not weak. It's strategic diplomacy backed by firm intention. The metaphor of landing implies completion, arrival, Necessity. Thoughts don't land when interrupted, they crash. You're dealing with someone who interrupts habitually, perhaps without malice. Direct confrontation feels disproportionate, but silence feeds resentment. You need a middle path, assertive but not combative, clear but not cold. When interrupted, raise one hand slightly, a visual stop signal, and say, "Let me land this thought." The hand gesture adds physical authority to verbal boundary. Then immediately continue speaking, reclaiming momentum. Use this with colleagues who are excited rather than disrespectful, with family members who love you but dominate conversations, with anyone where maintaining relationship matters but boundaries still need enforcement. You're not being difficult. You're being clear. Clarity is kindness. When you train people to respect your completion, you improve the quality of all future interactions. You teach them how to treat you. This is leadership. This is self-advocacy without apology. But some people need more than redirection. They need to feel the weight of their interruption. That's where phrase 3 delivers surgical precision. PHA 3. I wasn't finished. Marcus Aurelius, Book 630. The obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The interruption itself becomes your teaching moment. This phrase states objective reality, not accusation, not emotion, just fact. I wasn't finished forces the interrupter to acknowledge they violated the social contract. It creates a moment of accountability without hostility. The Stoic principle here is focusing on what you control, your clarity, rather than what you don't, their impulse. The power lies in the past tense. Wasn't. It implies the interruption already happened, is now recognized, and will be corrected. It's a complete thought that requires no debate. You're facing someone with dominance issues, someone who interrupts to assert superiority. Passive responses feed their behavior. Aggressive responses create unnecessary conflict. You need a phrase that establishes equality without escalation. When interrupted, stop speaking completely. Let 3 seconds of silence pass. Make direct eye contact. Say calmly, "I wasn't finished." Then wait. Don't fill the silence. Don't soften it with nervous laughter. Let the reality settle. Most people will apologize or gesture for you to continue. Then resume with, "As I was saying," and continue. This works powerfully in professional settings, where maintaining composure demonstrates leadership, and in personal relationships where patterns need disrupting. You're not attacking, you're correcting. There's profound strength in calm correction. You become someone who cannot be bulldozed, someone whose boundaries are real. This is how respect is built, one clear boundary at a time. Help him attract. Now, what about the chronic interrupter who doesn't respond to subtle redirection? The next phrase escalates authority while maintaining stoic composure.
PHA 4. They won't interrupt me.
Seneca, Letter 7. Cherish some man of high character, and keep him ever before your eyes, living as if he watched you, and ordering all your actions as if he beheld them. When you speak with the authority of someone who values themselves, others feel it. Please softens the command grammatically, but not practically. It's a courtesy wrapped around a non-negotiable boundary. "Don't interrupt me" is direct, specific, and undeniable. Together, they create a phrase that is both respectful and unmovable. This embodies the Stoic balance between maintaining social harmony and enforcing personal dignity. The psychological impact is immediate. The interrupter cannot claim you're being aggressive, yet they cannot ignore the clear boundary. You're dealing with someone who repeatedly violates your speaking space, despite subtler interventions. Frustration is building. You need escalation that's firm but doesn't burn bridges, especially in professional contexts where relationships matter long-term. When someone interrupts repeatedly in the same conversation, use this phrase with deliberate calm. Maintain steady eye contact. Keep your tone level, almost gentle, but let the words land with full weight. "Please don't interrupt me." Then pause, count to 3 internally, resume speaking. This phrase works best when previous softer phrases have been ignored. It signals that you've noticed the pattern and will no longer tolerate it. Use it sparingly for maximum impact. This is you drawing a line, not out of anger, out of self-respect. You're not asking for special treatment. You're demanding basic respect that should have been given freely. This is strength. This is you refusing to shrink. But there's a phrase even more powerful when you need to name the pattern explicitly to make the invisible visible. Let's explore phrase 5. Ph raised verse 5. You've interrupted me twice now. Marcus Aurelius, Book 420. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment.
Naming the pattern revokes its power.
This phrase is observation, not attack. By quantifying the interruptions, you move from subjective feeling to objective fact. The interrupter can no longer dismiss your boundary as oversensitivity. You've documented reality. This is the Stoic practice of seeing clearly, without distortion, and speaking truth without emotion. You're in a situation where someone is habitually interrupting, perhaps unconsciously, and softer phrases haven't created change. You need to make them aware of the pattern without creating defensive hostility. You need accountability without drama. After the second interruption in one conversation, stop completely. Look directly at the person. Say calmly, "You've interrupted me twice now." Then wait. Let them process the reality. Often this creates immediate awareness and apology. If they try to justify, simply say, "I'd like to finish my thought," and continue. Use this when you need to break a habitual pattern, when you're establishing boundaries with someone new to your life, or when you're finally addressing long-term disrespect. You're not being petty by counting. You're being precise. Precision is power. You're teaching someone how their behavior lands, giving them the opportunity to correct course. This is leadership. This is you refusing to normalize disrespect. And finally, when you need the strongest boundary, when nothing else has worked, there's one phrase that creates absolute clarity. PC trans et stacco sum plena, branti grandius in soltruisthix. Phrase 6. I need you to let me speak. Epictetus, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Before you can be heard, you must decide you will be heard. This phrase is that decision made audible. I need you to let me speak combines vulnerability I need with direct request. Let me speak and assigns responsibility you. It's the most explicit boundary in this arsenal. It removes all ambiguity. There's no way to misinterpret this. It's a moment of complete honesty about power dynamics. The Stoics valued truth above comfort. This phrase embodies that value.
You've tried everything else.
The interruptions continue. Resentment is poisoning the relationship or eroding your professional credibility. You need one final, unmistakable boundary before you disengage entirely. When all other phrases have failed, when you're facing chronic disrespect, stop the conversation completely. Take a breath. Say with complete calm, I need you to let me speak. Don't continue speaking immediately. Wait for acknowledgement, a nod, a verbal agreement. Then, and only then, continue.